Oh, I got my boy on. There is a small few people I will talk to in the health and fitness world about training that fully understand it. They take what they learned in books. They took what learned in the experience of going through. They accomplished something big. That's a big part of it. I don't care if you lift. If you never accomplish something with it, do you really know it? And you've done all this, and you've even taken it and created your own from it, which again, it goes back to that whole Bruce Lee mentality.
Sure.
Take what is useful from an expert, disregard what is not beneficial for you, and then add your own sauce to it in a sense.
Sure.
And you have done this over and over and over again. World record holder records and so on and so forth. And again, we graduated high school at the, I think the exact same weight.
Yeah, 250.
Oh, you're 250? You're a small little guy. I was 272.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah. He's not a little guy. This guy's a monster. He's thick. He's dense. What I love about you too is as a power lifter, a bred power lifter, you have such a beautiful physique relative to the mindset of what most people think power lifters look like.
Sure.
You know, you got small little joints and knees, and your legs it's awesome. It's awesome. So from me to you, true respect. You're one of my favorites. And you texted me the other day. I know you've been busy, and we're going to see at the end of this. I want to see this house that you created.
Sure.
But I want to hit you here, Matt. I want to hit you here with 5 questions today, if I can.
Deal. And I got questions for you too.
Holy sheesh, yeah. I am straight. The one time with Ed Cohen was only because I was needed rent paid, and I'm just kidding. Do you want to go first or me first?
You go first, brother.
Okay. All right. We're going to leave all Jeff's questions for you out. Those we discussed at a different time. All right. Number 1. Why do powerlifters understand, or if it is right or wrong, why do powerlifters train at a percentage level? How to word this correctly, at a lower percentage level, like 70, 80%, and only hit 100% a few times of the year, where the mentality of a bodybuilder is every workout you go ballistic and train until you're fatigued and superset and all this.
Sure.
Why is that? Can you explain? Is that right? Are powerlifters wrong? Are bodybuilders right? Or what is the concept?
Well, I think the problem with what we do is it's so much more neurologically taxing because we have taken a handful of small lifts and really pushed them to the human limits of potential. And to do that, when you do that, you only can really sustain that about once every 6 months. And that's if you're lucky and if you're young. So I have found that I truly don't max to the point of insanity probably more than once a year anymore at over 40 years old. And what I find is that powerlifters, because they have attacked into that super far beyond what the average person can even control or turn on and activate muscle tissue wise, that it's so neurologically taxing to train that way or to even do those things that it's not really conducive for long-term performance. And what you have to ask yourself that I think bodybuilders don't ask themselves sometimes is, are you testing or building when you train? And if you're building, then maxing may not be the right thing to do that day. Whereas if you're building new strengths, then your programming is more long-term thought out, and you are particularly putting those maximal effort lifts at timed positions. Because the problem is with powerlifting is, I've benched 611 pounds in competition after squatting an all-time world record, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm capable of that day in and day out.
So I hopefully everybody out there understands that, because my style of power bodybuilding is more of the concept of starting the workouts as a power lifter. So be patient, lift heavy, yes, but not every just because you can do a PR, the weights feel light, doesn't mean you should do a PR.
Right.
And then continue forward on the workouts that I set up for you. So I wanted you to get that out there. And this kind of leads me to the next question that